Welcome back to our Lenten podcast, Faith That Will Not Fail. 10 practices to build your faith when your world is falling apart. Written by Michelle Cushat. You can get the book. It's the same book that Tammy has right here. I'm Rustin. This is Tammy. This is Mike. And we are super glad that you're joining us on this journey through this really important book. Week 2 is all about worship. And day 1 is worship through understanding the beauty of God. Beauty is a means by which I experience God and which Michelle experiences God. What about for you guys? Are there examples of when you've connected to God through beauty?
For sure. For me, it's sunrise, and I know some people do not want to be up at the crack or before the crack of dawn. For me, it's like that light creeping on the walls, or seeing the clouds and all the colors. It gets me every morning. So I'm up. I'm there for it.
No, thank you. If you've ever been in my office, there's pictures on the wall, and they're all different pictures from just around the nation and things like that. And for me, I love photography. I was a photographer for a few years doing wedding photography, and capturing beauty in strange places has always been a fun thing for me. Like, I love the flower growing out of the crack. I love there's one picture on my wall of this mossy rock and these flowers growing through the rock. And I love it when beauty thrives in places where we normally don't think it would exist, right?
It really resonated with me when she was saying that she tried to capture a picture of the sunrise and then couldn't, and then lost the moment by trying to actually capture it. And so it's interesting. I've seen your walls in your office, and you do capture the beauty, and it's a good reminder of the beauty that you get to experience.
Well, and I think that's the key right there, right? I see all these, Taylor Swift concerts, whatever, and everyone has their phone up, capturing this moment. They're looking at their phone instead of just being in the moment. And I think that's the difference, is to really experience beauty. It's really about being in the moment, letting that moment just overtake you, putting things away, and just being present. And I think there's something really cool when you allow that to happen. I know it's not going to, Instagram worthy. It's not going to make your feed. And so maybe that moment you forget about it, but just being present is really a beautiful thing.
At St. Matthew, we're picking our words for the year. My word is presence. And in just these 2 months that we've been working on this now, I have noticed so many ways where putting down the phone, putting down whatever it is, and noticing who I'm with, making eye contact, not getting distracted, has allowed me to feel more.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a difference between capturing and encountering.
That's good.
Right? That there are these moments we try to capture and then we lose them. Mm-hmm. And it never fully captures it, right? Your art is beautiful, and it never fully captures what you experienced when you saw it that first time.
Yep.
And so I think there's this both and, like, how do we create alongside God when we see this beauty as a response, but then how do we just sometimes just stop and encounter, man, like, this is, like, no camera is going to catch this the way that I want it to be caught. No, I'm not going to be able to replicate it in painting or in writing. It's just between kind of me and God, this worshipful moment that I was allowed to experience for a second. Right.
I think about it a lot with my kids, right? It's those moments where I choose to embrace the cuddle or the tickling or something silly, and just be present and, not put things aside. Because I have 2 sets of family, right? 2.0 and 1.0, the older kids and the younger kids. And you realize that as your kids get older, those moments begin to fade. And so having this, younger set of kids, Bear and Louise, it's really kind of helped me embrace these moments, to be present in these moments in a new way that, not that I wasn't present before, but just in a fresh way. And it's been really good.
Cushat says the beauty around us speaks to the existence of the creator of it. And it's getting that washed over, enjoying the tickles, enjoying the cuddles, enjoying the snuggles, enjoying the light as it hits the wall. Yeah. And being in the moment and just saying, oh, wow, if I'm enjoying this, I'm enjoying who made it. Yeah. That's the worship piece.
Yeah. Thank God, right? Like, it's, one of my favorite dinner prayers is just to raise a glass of wine and say to Christ in the kingdom, right? Recognize, like, our worship doesn't always have to be this like unveiling of the temple. Sometimes our worship is, God, that is awesome. Like, this moment that I have with my family, I recognize it as unique. This moment I have with my grandkids, like, holy cow, like, man, this was a beautiful day. And just taking a moment and thanks God, like that's really amazing, is a beautiful space in this. So the practice for this week is a simple one. Look for beauty, the beauty of God all around you. When you find evidence of that, after you've experienced it, just write it down. Say, thanks God. And let that be one of the practices for this week. Thanks for joining us.